Good morning everyone and welcome to you in today's daily update on Bitcoin and altcoins. Hope you're all doing very well. You had a very nice weekend as always. Bitcoin with a lovely continuation overnight. We went through our first, that was the first target we have planned. Yeah, if I'm correct, yeah, that was the first target. When was Friday? Yeah, this was the first target. So well, we just went completely through. So yeah, no trade, absolutely no trade. Now we are below. The only thing we can look for now is remain patient first of all, wait for a reclaim, and if we get reclaim with a lot of good data basically on the order flow, some strength, everything, we'll get a lot of shorts trapped down here because yeah, we have a lot of shorts trapped at the lows at the moment and during the move down. So it's a very strong move down, but if we start to reclaim this zone of support, well, these will become a little bit underwater, and so we might get a short squeeze. But as for now, the shorts are in profit. There is no reason to look for that. So yeah, anyways, let's update the chart here. So let's get rid of that for the moment. Is the microphone working well? Yes. Good morning, by the way. Good morning to you, mate. Alright, so we are on Monday, so we have to check the weekly here. Yeah, we'll have one weekly. The daily level, we have none. We might get one tonight, but as for now, there is none. So yeah, the thing is, right now we are below every single value area low. Okay, you can see here we lost the whole range value area low, we lost the latest uptrend value area low. So losing all of this is a massive sign of strength. So really here, you can look for a long down there. You can look for a long. We can go inside and get a massive bounce here for a new all-time high. In terms of probability, this is really not the most probable move on the chart, right? So yeah, I'm not going to look for a long there. For me, if we remain below here, the most probable is to go for 110,000 at least. Okay, I mean 11,000 by the way. Yeah, 11,000, 110,000 at least. Okay, so look for a new low basically. That was the plan, right? If we break below this support, yes, we'll have this one in between. You can look for a long here. Personally, I am happy to miss. Otherwise, yeah, if we break this, there's a small support in between, but personally I'm not expecting much of that, so the next target will be this for me. And if this is lost, oops, we can look for the next targets we have planned, so to speak here, 618. Oh, by the way, this is not well placed because that was with a previous all-time high. There you go. So we have the 618 86% plus the anchor VWAP from 76, 78. 75 by the way, 75,000 on Bitcoin. So you will have the wall uptrend point of control, 618 86%, 75,000 anchored VWAP. So this next here is a very big zone of confluence. Okay, if we break below this, the next target is very simply this low here, so around 98,000, 98, 96,000 basically. Okay, yeah, these are the targets next. If we have to drop further here, so a small support here, but I'm not interested in that personally. I'm not going to trade that. So yeah, as soon as we remain below, looking for a new low, otherwise waiting for a sign of strength, so a reclaim of this support. Once we have done this, it activates a long, but until it happens, there is nothing for me. Okay, so yeah, that is a plan step by step, all the different support we are having on the chart here. Yeah, and for a short trade, because at the moment we keep getting some front runs, you know, we've got this again, everything was posted here in Discord, posted everything, you know. First of all, we've got the continuation to the gap, because you know we've got a front run here of the gap bottom. You can see here, like, people are longing, but the gap is not even filled. I know a lot of people are taking the gap this way. But I mean, that's not the way it works, right? you take the open base, I mean the close, and then the open, the real close, not the thing before. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. Again, it can give some trades. For example, here, this gave a little bit of support. This gave a little bit of support, as you can see here. But overall, we still went lower to fill the gap, basically. So this is how it works. And again, it was like this, like for every single gap before. So why not this one, right? So yeah, we've got the continuation. That's pretty nice. And after the continuation, yeah, well, very small front run of the support. I said I'm gonna let it go during the weekend. It's the best in my opinion. And yeah, just see where we are on Monday. And so on Monday we are down here. So that was the best to not long that here during the weekend. Just remain patient, basically. And you know, we do have one weekly up here. It's adding even more confluence here. So really, if we now manage to reclaim again, it's not because we have lost the big support that it's time to be bearish and shorting down here. No, absolutely not. It's just interoperability. Now it's increasing for a new low, basically at more than 10,000 at least. But if we show a sign of strength, okay, so to speak, we managed to reclaim the big support we have planned to the first cycle here. So this basically, if we manage to reclaim this with some good data, some strength, then it activates a long. Even better will be to get a flip to support, and then we get some good data of this. Then the next target is going to be, okay, so next target is going to be this right here. So we have these point of controls with the anchor rate VWAP from the all-time high. This is the next target where we have to look for a possible take profit, basically, or reversal. Okay, like this, for example. Otherwise, next target, and that will be really the best of the best, to really stop all the shorts here, take all the stop loss, and from here get a reversal. So this is a target to be aware of. Okay, but I will prefer again, it's possible to reject from here for a very simple reason, is that you know, at the time here we have planned two resistance. Again, as I said here, you can go and watch at this second video here. I'm saying we can reject with a lower high here. It's absolutely 100% valid. It will be even better because to go fill the gap, basically, it shows a weakness of a continuation up. So we've got this, but otherwise the first target was really just a swing through pound of the high for a good short trade. Here during the weekend again, I've planned on my side a target again that was a point of control of, I can't remember what exactly, maybe the wall range here. Plus the anchor rate VWAP, you can see again front run of the target. So yeah, hopefully we don't do another front run of the target if we have to come up here. So yeah, this is the first target, this is the second target. If this one is reclaimed, very likely we go towards a new all-time. So it will be cool to get this sign of strength overall, but yeah, right now we are below the support, so this is not the most probable. And by the way, I'm updating this, but I'm not even updating the levels from ATAS. That's pretty crazy, that. Like this, so you can see. I'm making a plan without even. Well, that's pretty crazy. So 2 levels up here. We have another one. Let's get rid of that. $117,680. $119,025. Okay, and then we have what? We're at 17,800. Okay, and that's it, by the way. $117,675. come on. Let's have a look at the TIX one as always. 118, 125. Right, let's do this. Good. And the weekly naked point of controls, we're at 18, 850. Oh, I did the wrong ticks here. Just ticks one. There we go, 118. Right. There you go. Yeah, and just you can see here the amount of shorts here that came in. We've got like 21 million, 17 million, 17 million, 19 million coming at the lows. All of these are in profit right now. All of these are in profit. This is, we really need to reclaim everything here, reclaim the support to really say, okay, well then now we might get a short squeeze. Now we are below all the support, the most important support basically. Again, I'm not going to short down here, but the most probable remains at the moment low. Yeah. So yeah, well, it's a lot of levels we're having right now on the chart here, but basically the targets remain the same. We'll have this is just even more confidence, and then we'll have basically, yeah, the best way to go overall inside here. Okay. Yeah, that will be if we have to do a front run basically of the above target here, if we have to reject this weekly from this weekly negative path control TPO level basically. But yeah, overall the targets remain the same, and if we manage to get acceptance really above these Valera highs, yeah, the most probable here is a new all-time high basically. Again, can we do this and reject? Yes, but it's just not the most probable level in terms of probability. So yeah, these are the targets step by step with a wave. Well, so yeah, by the way, on the top here, you know, we have kind of possible in case we had to go high and bounce directly from the support here, I mean a little bit below, and then bounce. We could be in a double EXY here. The premise now with this, we went into the 200%, so this is definitely not valid anymore. You can see this is just not definitely not valid anymore. So the only wave count I can see here, if we've got some sideways down, was looking, you know, for a possible ABC zigzag into the Y wave, but now the Y wave is not possible. So either just a simple ABC zigzag down, either a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the downside here. Let's add this to red. It might be this one here, by the way. Yeah, well, let's go with this. So yeah, either an impulsive down, either an ABC zigzag. Yeah, and so if we have an sideways down, it can be for a bigger correction like this, ABC flat. Okay, into the wave 4, and then we'll get the wave 5. Okay, that will be the configuration where we'll get the drop, but still another increase in price next. So that will be basically a correction. a correction, the 5 waves, again we can get just an ABC zigzag. That will be for a WXY like this. Okay, if we get the 5 waves down, that's an ABC flat. That's the only difference basically. So yeah, that is a wave count right now. Okay, so basically that will be either for this wave, let me just get rid of that real quick, either for this wave 5, okay, 4, 5, so we'll just get basically a longer correction here into that wave 4. So first, second, third wave for the correction, and next we'll get the wave 5. Okay, so we'll get here basically the wave 4 correction. Okay, 3, 4, and then the 5th here to go to 130k basically. Otherwise, that will be simply 4. There you go, for this configuration here. Okay, so impulsive wave 4 here, I mean the impulsive here, and it'll be for the wave 5. So basically we can just be in a longer correction here in the wave 4, okay, in a bigger triple wave. So if we have to add some targets by the way on this, that can be interesting. Let me just do this really quick. Yeah, that's why also to bounce below here is really not the most probable. You can see if we are in this bigger triple wave, okay, I mean there is a 120 extension coming at 113 to 100. Yeah, this is really below here, so again is, yeah, the most probable here remains the 123 honestly. That will be just for a C wave bottom, or for a 3, maybe a bounce for the wave 4, and next we go for the wave 5 down here. This will print the wave 4 here, and next we can look for the wave 5. Okay, that will be the bullish configuration. Bearish locally, but bullish overall. Yeah, that will be the thing. And if we start dropping below, well, it's not impossible. We are still, you know, into this wave 4. Yeah, so that will be just a longer wave 4 here, and next the wave 5, but and by the way, the FIB times we can get rid of that, as this was well respected. As always, a FIB time can be 2 days before. It was a 16, we've got the top on the 14, so yeah, that's pretty nice. But yeah, basically it'll be for the wave 4 both scenarios. Basically you have to do something longer here and bigger until overall go for a new all-time high. Okay, that'll be for a wave 4 basically. So most importantly, boom, ABC flat, sorry, or WXY. So W, X and Y with an ABC zigzag into the Y wave. Otherwise that'll be here for an ABC flat. And so that will be for 5 waves down, not just an ABC zigzag. Okay, so 2 different configurations. If we still have to bounce from a nice support and get the reclaim step by step of the resistance we're going to plan later and get all of this, and overall go for a new all-time high basically. So yeah, that is a plan on Bitcoin. And again, if we do not hold any of these, well, this is very simple. The top is in, right? This is just what we have planned basically. Let me just add everything here into a folder, or add this into here by the way. Top, what is that? Top. There we go. Yeah, if we just fail to bounce from every single C wave or Y wave down here targets, very simple, the all-time high is in and the wave 5 is in, and so, well, yeah, now is just a massive crashing coming next. As simple as that basically. So yeah, that is a plan for Bitcoin. Let's move on ETH. I just gonna go and check at this here. That will be a big drop. Yes, well, again, if we're in this wave, that will be a big drop. That will be the bear market back. Hopefully we don't do that, but Yes, I got a bit of a busy weekend, honestly, with the family and everything, so. Ready? On dot, sure, yeah. We can go for dot. We're already live for 22. Yeah, I can. So ETH. So Ethereum will have plenty of nice resistance during the last update. We've got the increasing price into it and the big rejection from here. So that's pretty nice. So yeah, we're more likely right now into the wave 4. Okay, as we planned the last update. So again, there are two configurations. Either it's still super bullish, again it depends on Bitcoin on this, either we are definitely into that wave 4, and again, if we have to be super bearish, if Bitcoin, for example, if Bitcoin does a massive crash and the all-time high is in, well, this right here is 5 waves, this is a correction, this right here is a 5 waves completed here. So what can that bring us with? An A, B, C zigzag, and after the C there is absolutely nothing, just a massive crash basically. So can we be in this? Yes, it will depend on Bitcoin basically now, as simple as that. Otherwise, as for now, we can still plan some support, see what's going on there, but if we have to be into that wave 4, this is a target basically of it. Okay, that's a target of the wave 4, and before, if we still have to be super bullish, for example, if Bitcoin start to get the reclaim of some resistance, to show some sign of strength, well, we can still bounce right now because we have planned a support just where we are right now. But for this to bounce, we need a Bitcoin to be to reclaim basically the resistance. I mean, the support, by the way, there is no resistance. So we need to reclaim all this here with some good data on the order flow, really see the sign of strength. Otherwise, this is not going to bounce on ETH basically. So this was the first support we had planned here. It was the first one, you know, in case we had to do, instead of putting the wave 5 top here and then look for the bigger wave 4, okay, the lower time frame, so wave 1, 2, 3, 4, boom, wave 5 is in. Instead of looking for this, if we have to be super bullish, it's possible we form another wave 1, another wave 2, and there you go, pump it up. There will be an extension basically into the wave 5. Now we need to see what's going on there on Bitcoin. Is Bitcoin doing the reclaim? Is Bitcoin doing what we want basically to see higher? If so, then we can long this and look for such configuration. Alright, at least a bit of a bounce, and we can look for the first resistance here on ETH. So let's go on a weekly time frame here real quick. There is nothing here. Daily, we have none. Let's go here. Let me just hide that for now. Yeah, there you go. So okay, so we have the first resistance here that is coming around there. Maybe if we have to bounce, for example, maybe just wait, make one more new low, then get the bounce. The anchorage you up here from the all-time high, the current all-time high, is going to line up with this. Okay, so this is the first resistance basically. Okay. We still have this monthly up here. Well, yeah, this is the second resistance here. That will be the 61866% point of control, swing £30 fail auction basically of this high. Otherwise, the next and last resistance really, but I would prefer not to go that high, honestly. That will be this Valera high, swing £30 of this high. But honestly, I will prefer to keep it in the two targets. Really, the second target, if I have to bounce really from here, would prefer to not go into the third one here if we really have to get a rejection, a bigger pullback here. But yeah, these are the lower time frame resistance. Very simple thing again. When we hit this on Ethereum, we just have to see what Bitcoin is doing. Is Bitcoin getting a rejection right now? If no, is still bullish, we look for the next target. As simple as that. If here at the same time ETH is touching this resistance and Bitcoin is touching the resistance, and Bitcoin is getting something bearish off the resistance, then this is going to pull back also. Otherwise, if Bitcoin is still bullish, bam, 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 we just look for the continuation. This is a way to go, basically. Okay, so yeah, into the first support, but yeah, still not longing for, personally for me, I need to see Bitcoin bullish, get some sign of strength, get some reclaim to really bet on such configuration. As for now, yeah, we're just at the low, really. We're below the support. There's nothing to do with that. Okay, so yeah, next target otherwise is this, as we have planned, and we can just remain patient right now. Okay, so yeah, hopefully we manage to hold this wave 4. If we have to do the bigger wave 4, that will be really nice, because if we fail to hold this wave 4, this was the ABC zigzag, and this is really not looking good at all. So yeah, that is the plan on ETH. And ETH BTC, we've got, also the drop here for the wave 4, the push up for the wave 5, completing all the smaller wave, like Ethereum, basically. Let me just get rid of all of this now, we don't really care anymore. What was that FIP here? 200%, I guess. Yeah, okay. Good, so this was the next tariff I had to push higher here. Alright, look. So yeah, like ETH, the smaller green waves here are done, so we might be here now into the bigger wave 4, right? So if we have to be here into that bigger wave 4, let me see, do we have anything here? Nothing. Monthly, no. Daily, we have one small here. Let's get rid of that now. Yeah. Again, there is a small support. It's like ETH. Okay, it's like Ethereum basically. It's exactly the same right now. This is pretty insane, by the way. Well, no, this is not really the same. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna plan on the big support here. So the big support, if we really have to drop from here and be into that wave 4, that will be simply a 38.2 here. 38.2, 50% as always on a higher time frame. On a big time frame like this, even if we do a regular wave 2 here, so to speak, between the 56.1 and 86%, we are generally speaking going to go between the 38.2, 50% on the wave 4 here. So this one makes sense. This is where we have the most biggest confidence. We have the latest here uptrend point of control. We have the wall uptrend here, Valera high. We have the wall range here, point of control. We have a weekly level. We have the 38.2, 50%. So yeah, this right here is definitely the next target if we have to be into the wave 4. If this is lost, well, this is really not looking good. We might get also, by the way, this anchor, if you want. For now, no, but if we spend some time here, we come back down, we might get this line up with a support here. So yeah, this is the next support. Really talking about the higher time frame. If we start breaking this, well, if we drop directly here, we have this value low in the current view up, but time will drop. If we drop, it might come up here. So next support is basically the monthly here, sorry, and the point of control. So it will be cool we hold this, otherwise yeah, that's an A, B, C zigzag here to the upside like ETH. As simple as that. So yeah, and these are going to be very important to see what is going to happen next on the altcoins, basically. So yeah, that is a plan on these. Let's see if we manage to bounce off the small support. If we manage to get the bigger impulsive here to the upside, that would be nice overall. But yeah, we need to see some sign of strength here on Bitcoin to really see how we squeeze all the short, we reclaim the support, everything. Do we have any news today? No, tomorrow, so we'll cover this tomorrow in Discord. And that is it for today, honestly. And yeah, by the way, dot, forgot about dot. Bonk, by the way, is finally coming into our target, into the big supports again. And now we need to see what's happening on Bitcoin, right? If Bitcoin is bouncing, manage to get the sign of strength, that's cool. Otherwise, we're not really long this. But that's nice. Dot is there. So dot. Well, again, as for now, on like 90% of the altcoins, the probability remains still lower for a very simple reason. The market structure, right? We are just in some high, low, high, well, high, well, let's say low, high, low, low. That one is a higher low, by the way. But anyways, we just keep doing some lower highs and some lower lows. Even here, as you can see on the lower time frame. Okay, low, 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 high. That one is a higher high, but anyways, low high still overall with a new low, low next. We are just in a bearish market structure. So to really start saying, okay, well, this might go for higher now, and this might change. First of all, we need to see that we hold the wave 4 on the ETH BTC pair if we have to do the wave 4. Okay, this is very important. Otherwise, that's an ABC zigzag. Okay, ABC, and this is just a very simple correction to go more down. So if this is happening on the ETH BTC pair, everything is just going to crash even more. So yeah, that will suck, but it's like that, right? So where's dot here? So yeah, it's still bearish. Okay, the real sign of strength will be if we start to reclaim with strength first of all these highs. If we manage to break this high with some strength, then we can look for a little bit higher next. And again, we need to break all these highs. Then once we have done this, okay, because we are not going to do this like that, okay, we're going to print some 5 waves up. We are going to get so 5 waves here. We are then going to print a bigger wave 1, 2. Okay, so wave 1, wave 2, wave 2, and then from here, if we hold this big support, we're going to plan, for example, like in a time, then yes, we can buy and bam bam bam, we can expect higher next. Okay, and again, this can just be an ABC zigzag again and just crash. It's possible, but at least we'll write something here still to the upside. But we need to change all the market structure. We need to see the sign of strength. For example, here, what will be the sign of strength? So let me see that with you. Let me just get rid of that. So let's go to monthly here, time frame. Don't know why I didn't add that here, but anyways. Monthly, weekly, wait just 2 seconds. Oh, it's good, weekly. Okay. So now, if I manage to catch the top, there you go. Yeah, so you can see here. Yeah. That will be the real sign of strength here locally, at least. And this will be really below. Oops. Yeah, again, I think you can see it. Basically, you have this. Okay, so this is a very big resistance we're having above. So first of all, we can look for a hold above these highs. Okay, but the real big sign of strength will be if we manage to break this. If we break this, very simple, the probability increase for a new local high. So as soon as I remain below, it's still more probable to be bearish. That's it. Yeah. Again, is it a good idea still to short into the support? No, of course you have to look for, you have more chance to win the shorts when you come into the resistance, basically. But of course you still don't short at support here. But yeah, now the thing that is a little bit different overall into the context is that the ETH BTC pair is getting the sign of strength. We've got a nice sign of strength. We still need more, of course. Okay, we need to see that now we hold the wave 4. But if we don't hold the wave 4, this is definitely going to drop on absolutely everything. Is going to be super bearish, basically. So if, for example, Bitcoin all-time high is in, we are in the bearish configuration. Well, yeah, this is definitely going to be an ABC zigzag here to the upside. And so now it's just a massive crash. And so instead of getting, you know, just a very simple, so it was double EXY down, we look for double EXY, X and Z here to the downside. It's possible to be in this, right? So hopefully we're not, but it's possible. So yeah, overall, it's more probable to still be bearish simply because of the market structure. We have some gate, if we can say, open thanks to the ETH BTC pair that is starting to get some sign of strength, but we need still to hold a wave 4 and then put a wave 5 here to really say, okay, now we have some 5 ways up. So in any case, next on this, if we get the 5 ways up here, we're going to print an ABC zigzag or a 1, 2, 3 or 5. So 1, 2, 3 or 5, much bigger move to the upside, but at least a retrace to go higher. So we are going to be able to look at this on the alts next, a retrace to still go higher next on the altcoins too. So yeah, we'll have still a few things to do, and unless we change the market structure, we reclaim this, it remains still more bearish. Now, of course, you have many opportunities still. For example, over the weekend, you can see you've got this nice support. Just in a day, for example, you can make 10%. You still have a lot of things to do like this, okay? But yeah, for the higher time frame, overall, that's the most probable. It's still bearish, basically. That's my opinion. But yeah, thanks to the ETH BTC pair, we'll have some gates that are possibly opening for a NAT season, but we still need some more confirmations on the ETH BTC pair. Open interest very high as well, nearby doing on Bybit to get more upside to me. Thank you, my pleasure, mate. On the drop here, well, going down with an increasing of the open interest means a strong move down. So again, it can end up here in a short squeeze. But as for now, we have a big bearish CVD. We have a big bearish CVD here. Well, no, that's a strong move down here. You know, going down with an increasing of the open interest means a strong move down, basically. Going up with an open interest increasing means a strong move up. You can see here from the top to the bottom here, open interest is increasing. So this is a healthy move down, basically. Going down with a decreasing of the open interest means weakness. For example, if you go in here on the volume chart, maybe I didn't have, no, I don't have the in-house days loaded here. Let me just fix that. Let's wait for this to load. By the way, is anyone experiencing some lags when you have volatility? For example, when you're in such move down, or no, it was a little bit before that, by the way. Yeah, like here, for example. I made a change. I contacted support again, made a change, but I didn't got the chance to experience some volatility like this still. I mean, yet since then. So I don't know if it's still lagging or not, because when you get some volatility on ATAS, it becomes very laggy, and I'm not the only one. So I added a connection here on Bybit, for example, from the support. From what they say, it should fix the issue, but I don't know, I don't know. So I don't know if any one of you is experiencing some lags on ATAS when there is volatility basically on the chart. Anyways, so yeah, here we go. So from that low here, you can see we are getting a bit of an open interest increasing basically here from the start here, but starting here, you can see here, from here to the very new all-time high, we was not doing a great job, because all the open interest here is just decreasing like crazy, and so it ends up here in a boom, massive move down. See? So yeah, now that we are going down, we have a massive increasing of the open interest. That's a very healthy rise, decrease in price, sorry. So yeah. Just gonna add back here. Got Control A on this. Anyways. Overall, yeah, well, overall, if we're in a bull market, it's better if this is increasing, yeah. If you talk really like about the wall uptrend, I don't even know by the way how it looks like on the wall uptrend, but I'm not really paying attention to that. I'm more trading stuff. I'm more checking like locally here on such time frame, but not really on the daily time frame, for example, stuff like that. So yeah, anyways, that is it for today. So we'll have the target, we'll have the wave, we'll have the plan on ETH, we'll have everything, right? So yeah, that's pretty cool. So hope you enjoyed. As always, if you enjoyed, you can smash a like, subscribe to the channel, turn notifications, write some comments down below if you enjoy the content. Thank you all so much if you take the time to do it. As always, take care of you, this is important. Hope you had a great weekend. Have a great week of trading, by the way. Take care as always, and see you all in the next one. Cheers.